Hey guys, what's going on? This is Space here, and I've got another review for you guys. So today we're going to focus on Saints Row 4. Let's do that, shall we? Alright, so Saints Row 4. The fourth game in the Saints Row series. I mean, that was pretty obvious, I guess. I mean, just in case you didn't know that. But anyways, so Saints Row 4. So in this review, I'm going to be talking about the overall story, maybe touch up a little bit on some of the characters, and go into the gameplay mechanics. So, alright, so the overall story, basically you are the President of the United States, and the world just got invaded by aliens while you were about to give a speech. I know, they couldn't have waited until you did the speech, I know, pretty ridiculous, but anyways, so, and your cabinet members are captured, and you, try to defeat the alien overlord, which his name is Zenyak, and, you fail, and he puts you in a simulation just to mess with you and stuff, and it is your job to try to get out of the simulation and save your friends slash fellow cabinet members, which are, of course, your friends, but anyways. So that is the basic story for you. Of course, it goes more in depth than that, but there you have it. So the characters are really likable. At first, when I played, to be honest, I wasn't really focusing on the story. I was focusing on all of the gameplay mechanics. But then later, I went back this year and replayed the story and actually paid attention to all the stuff. So yeah, and I never actually defeated it until this year, as I got it last year. So yeah. But anyways, so yeah, the characters are very likable. They're not sure how many characters there are, to be honest, but it's nice to kind of bond with them, and they're loyalty missions where you get to do stuff specifically with that said character, which is really fun to do. And yeah, you get to see basically what they're like, and you get more in-depth feel as to who they are and stuff when you do that, and you kind of build a bond with them, I guess. It's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's basically the characters. The characters are really awesome. Like I said before, I'm not going to list off all the characters that are your friends, but yeah, you'll get to learn them if you play the game. So alright, so the gameplay mechanics. Now the gameplay mechanics have a little bit of a similarity to games such as GTA, but not quite. Just kind of like the general open world feel of games like in Watch Dogs, GTA, to name a few. But it kind of spices it up a little bit. So there are cars, of course. That's the first thing I'm going to talk about. There are many varieties of cars that you can find throughout the city. And what you can do is you can bring them to a garage and make them your own. So then you can call this. I don't remember what it's called. You can call for a car, and you get to select a car that you have saved, which is pretty awesome. So then you don't have to go around running to try to find that really awesome car when you already have it in your garage. So that's pretty nice. You can also customize it. The customization on the cars is really awesome. It's probably some of the best customization I've seen in an open world game with cars, so that's pretty awesome. And overall, it is really fun to customize the cars. Now, there are some cars you can't customize, but other than that, most of them are customizable. And the controls for the cars take a little getting used to, like with a fair amount of car-based games. But it's really rewarding when you do, because you can drive pretty well. And yeah. It's pretty nice. And of course you can upgrade the cars as well to have a stronger body and stuff like that, like armor and stuff. So that's also nice. I didn't really do that too much with my cars, but I mean, you can do that if you want. So that's basically the cars. And now the weapons. There are a variety of weapons. Not a huge variety of weapons, but there are still a fair amount of weapons. Now you've got your pistols, you've got your assault rifles, your SMGs, sniper, rocket launcher, stuff like that. You also have bats as well, so that's pretty nice. But there are more than that. Like, you have your basic stuff, and then you have your more kind of random stuff, kind of funny stuff. And with each gun, you can customize it with a new skin. They have basically color changers, and then like it's not like you get to choose the exact color you want. It gives you a set of colors that you can choose from. And then you've also got other options too that actually change the look of the gun and the way it shoots. Like, you've got a Han Solo pistol, you've got Star Trek phaser that you can use, so that's pretty cool. And you've got other stuff like that as well, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, there's even a laser sword that you get when you complete all of Asha's missions, so that's pretty awesome. It's really fun to use too. I mean, I use that all the time now after I got it, so that's pretty cool. And there's like a lot of quirky weapons and stuff as well, so there's a lot of weapons to explore. Not like a huge amount of weapons to explore, but there's still a fair amount of weapons to choose from, so it's pretty nice. And you can upgrade the weapons as well with like different stuff like increased damage, more ammo capacity, and there's like a special one that you can get as well. So yeah, it varies with the weapon that you choose, so pretty nice. And yeah, so there's also a lot of customization that you can do in the game. First off, you get to design your character. The customization in the character design thing is really awesome. I just recently dived into the character customization thing in more depth. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do. It's pretty awesome. You can even create actors and actresses. You can actually find pictures all over the place of people that have recreated people, famous people in games. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, there's a lot of customization. Of course, you can customize their clothes and stuff, make them look really awesome. I mean, there's just like so many costumes and stuff to choose from. So yeah. And of course, you can get tattoos as well, if that's your thing. You can get sunglasses, hats, shirts, shoes, the works, you know. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I like that. I like customizing my character, something that I do a lot sometimes. So, and yeah, so there's a lot of customization in this game. That's a high point for this game. Really love the customization, and it makes it your own basically. And you also get to choose the voice. Now there are free voices for each gender, and there's also a Nolan North added voice for that. So yeah, you get to change the pitch on the voice, so that's pretty cool as well. So you get to make it your own, and yeah, so that's pretty awesome. And then let's see. So the world, like I said before, is open world. So there's a lot of stuff to explore, and there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of co-op missions as well that you can do. So that's another fun thing to do. If you have a friend that has the game as well, then you can play with them and get those co-op stuff done. But there's more stuff than just co-op stuff. There's also missions that you can do on the side, like loyalty missions, which I highly recommend doing before you complete the main campaign, because it will change the ending for you, and the ending with all of the loyalty missions done is amazing. So I highly recommend doing that. And then after the game, you can also do missions for specific characters, which are just kind of like completing like some of the mini games and stuff that you can do in the open world. So that's basically it with that. There's nothing like really story changing with that, but yeah, the loyalty missions, like I said before, I really recommend you doing it. I stress that. And they're really fun too. Like there's one mission that is basically just like a parody of Metal Gear Solid, which is pretty funny and stuff. And yeah, it's a very fun game, a very funny game as well. It takes pride in its humor and stuff, and its humor has developed over the time. I've heard like the humor in Saints Row the Third isn't quite as developed as it is in the fourth one, so you have that. Yeah, very humorous game. So if you enjoy that in games, like not just like straight up action, but you also get the humor aspect, then there you go. And one other big thing that they added that wasn't in the third game or the second game or even the first game is superpowers. And the superpowers are pretty awesome as well. You got a super speed one where basically you don't even need a car. I still use a car because I prefer the cars, but I mean you can run around the city like the Flash. So it's basically the best Flash game you'll ever get right now. So there you have that. And you can also get a flying upgrade. It's more like a gliding upgrade, but you can pretty much fly if you know what you're doing, more or less. You've got a super jump as well, which is pretty cool. You've got a freeze where you can freeze enemies. You've got a psychic ability where you can pick up stuff and throw it at enemies. You've got let's see, you've got some other stuff as well. You've got like a fire as well, and slam, which is pretty nice. So yeah, there's a lot of superpowers. Well, not like a super big amount of superpowers, but there are a pretty fair amount of superpowers that you can explore, so that's pretty awesome. And there's also an upgrading system where you get XP and stuff, and you can like spend money on upgrades. So you have that, and with the more XP you get, the more levels you get, and the more levels you get, the more stuff you unlock. So you can upgrade stuff like your powers, you can upgrade the amount of health you get from a health pickup, you can upgrade how much cash you get, how much XP you get. You can upgrade stuff for your group of people, which is called your homies. And the homie system is basically where you can call upon anyone that you've saved and let them help you in the game. But really, it's not really anything that I've really done, because I mean, you're pretty OP in the game, so you don't really need help. So, but you can do it if you want. I guess it's pretty cool. But yeah, there's that. And of course, like I said before, there is co-op in the game, so if you got a friend that plays it, you can play it with them as well. And it's a really fun experience playing it with someone else, so there's that. Still fun, of course, playing it in single player, so yeah. I'm going to wrap up this pretty soon. I'm going to talk about the enemies real quick. So there are basic enemies like the police officers, and you've got the Zinyak troops, and then it starts getting more varied where you've got these flying guys, you've got guys in cars with like a little gun turret mounted on the top of the car. That's pretty awesome. And you've got these big guys that are kind of like boss fights. It's not super hard, but I mean, you get superpowers from it early on. That's how you get the superpowers. But other than that, the enemies are pretty easy. Sometimes they can be a little hard when there's like a bunch of them, but it's pretty easy. And the game overall, like I said, is very humorous. There's some parodies of stuff in there as well. Like there's like a Tron-like game and stuff like that. There's a text-based game as well, which is pretty funny. So there's a lot of stuff. And overall, very great game. So I've got a new rating system now, since I'm not the best with the number rating system, because I kind of overrate it, or I don't know. But so I've got my new system. So it's 1 through 6. Now 1 is don't touch it ever. You've got 2, which is maybe just rent it. 3, while on sale. 4, recommended. 5, highly recommended. And the 6, which is a must play. So alright, so what would I rate this game? Personally, I would go with a highly recommended. I really enjoyed this game. It was very fun, and I'm sure if you play it, you will enjoy it as well. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We enjoyed this review of Saints Row 4, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.